And before that, before you get on, I'll please share my screen and take you through one of these applications. Okay. Yeah. Let me know once you get to see it.
I can see it.
Can you see the screen, Monique?
Yep.
Okay. So here, in majority, I mean, in common languages, the data set would have two of the things. One is dimension, and the other is a measure. Okay. So the information that whatever we have got here on the left hand side is non-tabular data, where we have the information for June 2019, and I mean 2019 June actuals and revenue, and this is a profit, and this is a cash, and so on. Okay, and now you see this. This is an productivity apps, and you have the specifics, and you have a game apps, and then you have the specifics things to read, and you have an utility app. This is the common data that we have. Okay, so this is a non-tabular data because it is something, it resembles kind of a pivot. But for you to analyze and to get to this data, right, what you need to have is a simple tabular, a proper data formats. All that you need is the division, which will give you the productivity apps, and the app names here, the ones that are listed. That's where you're going to see this. And the scenarios. Scenarios is nothing but the actual or a plan kind of a thing. It's going to be active for everything. There's the date, you have it here, and there is a KPI, which is nothing but what is it that you want to key performance indicators. That could be revenue, profit, or a cash, across two different years. I'm comparing June to June, but 2019 versus 2018. So this is what I'm doing here, and I have this example. So in short, like I said yesterday, your proper table, if you try to convert any of the data into the proper tables, this is going to give you result in much more rows than what you have it in the reported. So if you scroll down, if you see this, they generated 49th row, but the same data that's over here, it did go on till 243 rows. Okay, so the difference is, irrespective of number of rows, and this kind of a format that you have would perform really good on the databases or on the BI servers. Okay, so this is where we would need to have a proper data format. That is the primary motive for any of the BI tools or any of the visual analytics or data analytics that we have. Okay, so this is purely the report kind of a thing, but this is purely the tabular proper data formats. Okay, so now I would want you to share the screen and show me the data that you have and what is it that you would analyze with that information. What can get into the pivots and unpivoting of the data? I'll quickly do it on your screen so that you are more familiar with it. Okay. Monique, can you hear me?
Yep.
No. Okay. So I'll start the screen share. You can share the screen and open any of the work file that I sent you on the chat, and then we can start working. So we'll need to clean up the data first. Okay. So Yeah. So we'll go with maybe the training data 11, the worksheet. Okay. So can you create the total volume here on towards the right hand side? Yeah. Can you go to the headers? Yeah. So you have sale date, list price, unit price, and order quantity. Maybe we want to say total sales, which could be unit price into quantity. All right. So for a Power Query or a pivots, what we have, right? So first things first, we need to have this data to be loaded as part of the tables. So it reads the information in the tabular format, from the existing sheets. So I want you to insert this as a table. So select the data, maybe anywhere on the data, go to insert and call it a table, right? Perfect. So now it is changed to the table. You might want to rename this table 1 to call it at the training data 11. Perfect. Okay. Now go to the Power Pivot.
Go where?
Go to the Power Pivot on the top. Hey Monique, you might hear me slightly different today. I'm on the mask.
Okay.
Over the mask, so yeah.
I can hear you just fine. I think I need to turn my volume up. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Right. So now add to data model. So this would directly give you the data models. Right, there you go. Okay. So now it would give you, maybe let's try to add a specific set of reports, on this, where you can have a pivot on top of this or and the view. So we have 60,000 rows of data. Okay. Maybe can I add a column to similarly whatever you've done for total sales? I would want you to get the list price into the quantity. I'll tell you what it is. List price into the quantity. Yeah. This total sales is good. Okay. And if I have the list price and the quantity, right, then it would give me the difference between these two. That's what it is going to give me. Okay. I want to have total list price into the order quantity. Can you create a column here? Add a column. Click on it. Yeah. Rename that to sales, total sales list price. Now I would want you to multiply the list price into the order quantity.
That's what I did for total sales.
No, we did for unit price into order quantity. So the list price.
I did list price.
You did list price. Okay, then
Yeah.
let's do the unit price. Other way
Okay.
around. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So then that's giving you an error message. All right. So this is what we noticed yesterday, that few of these options aren't available on the version of the application that we have in. That's absolutely fine. I can show you what it is. Okay. So maybe go back to your data. Okay. Say simply close this. Yeah. Can you add it here? Total sales and so on. You can simply insert, right, and insert, right click and insert on the columns. Yeah, right click, insert. Yeah. Just change the name over there. Right. We're going to do the same calculations, unit into the quantity. Say earlier, whatever you have seen here, right? It is going to be the specific cell reference, but now here this is onto the table. This is where it's going to give me in the brackets, open brackets, at unit price is going to be my column header. Into order quantity, it's going to be my formula. Is going to be the calculations, right? So how I mean this is the table languages, that we talk about it. And in terms of this, the formulations, when you use it outside the table and when you get it onto the inside the table, that's going to be completely different. Okay, you need to keep in mind that with what is the information that you are looking at, and what is the calculations that you're having it. Okay, if you click on that column N, can you get that? Can you click on column N? N as in New York. Okay, maybe N3. If I say this, any one of the cell in N3. If you can give me control. Okay, cool. So if you see this, if you just see this, this is giving you the J4 into L4, the standard formula, because this got applied before the table that we have got it. Okay. Now, however, while I create a table and insert a column, this is how it's going to be. The formulas are going to be different. So at and the specific tab name. So this is something that we're going to use it in the DAX formulations as well. So data analytics expression. Okay, that is going to be the DAX. Okay. So maybe so here I'd say the calculations that we have here are going to be the ones that would be used on the DAX calculations as well. So DAX is a data analytics expression. Okay, so I'll ping you this and the important words so that you can have it on, and you can do even on the Google. You will get a few examples as well. Okay. All right. So while we get this information out, okay. See what happens if we try to change this, unit price into, instead of order quantity. And I'm just doing a wrong calculation here. Maybe I'm moving this out to this. Okay, so here it's going to be this. But if I'm going to change the order quantity again, okay, if I'm trying to multiply that into 2, okay, that's my formula. See what happens is that into 2, it's going to get multiplied, it's going to get across all the tables. Whereas here, if you do that, okay, 2, here as well, that gets on across. Assuming this is not a table, right? So this changes whatever you have it here would not get applied across all the information that we have. And now I'm removing this steps. Right. Right. So this is done. Now I would want you to pivot this into, go to the power pivot and make this a linear data for me. So how do we do that? So this is already added here, so that's fine. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. So we'll come to this exercise slightly, maybe in 10 to 15 minutes of time. But I would want you to play with the power pivot, the pivot table functionalities that you've got, and tell me the difference between these two, the pivots that you have directly coming out of the Power Query or the Power Pivot view. Go to this pivot table here. Yeah. So the pivot table and pivot chart are common. Okay, maybe you want to play with that first, and then maybe get to the other options that are available. Okay, can I take this on?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
once. Yeah. So I click on this, and then I have 2 charts or 4 charts kind of thing. So what happens, if I click on this? No, that's not coming up. I think then we have an issue. Maybe delete this column. Not sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. Why is this not getting activated for you? That's quite surprising. Can you click on this? Maybe on the screen share that's not coming out for me. Can you click that 4 charts? Or what are the options that are available that you're able to do this on the pivot? I can show it, else I can show it on my screen. That's okay. Go to the pivot table here. Can you select the first option, pivot table?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working.
Can you go to the Excel now? See if you have it. You don't see it here. Okay, that's not working. Oh my God, quite a few options are restricted. Okay, let me do this. Okay, let me try to open the same thing on my PC and then show it to you. Okay. It's training data 11. Okay. Let me share my screen with you. Yeah. Let me know once you get to see it.
I can see.
So here I have this information, but I don't have the calculate field here like you did. And I click on a pivot table, right? This is going to give me a new worksheet and so on. If I select this, this is how I'm going to get it based on the table. So once I have these fields, I'm going to have, simply select these options, the ones that I did. So however, if you see this array, if you see these tables, right? It is giving me the table 1 as a name because I've not defined the table name here. That's why it's giving me a table name 1. But this is how a general pivot would look like. Now, if you wanted to have similar functionality, but with kind of 4 charts, let's see this. How does it look like? So here, you can have each of these plot areas, whatever you would want to include it here. Maybe I would say region, okay, and then order quantities. Okay, this is how I get to see it. And if I select a chart 3, if I go to the market, okay, and then quantities. No, so this is how usually the graphs would work like. Instead of you really creating it multiple times, it's going to be quite simple, okay. And the sub market and the order quantity here, and then the model, and then order quantity. This model is quite a lot. Segments, okay. Yeah, maybe this one. So if you see this, what are we doing? So we have created this out of the data model that we have. So it's not going to be heavier on the Excel because this is not going to be a pivot chart like where we have the underlying data moved along with the pivots. So this is going to be a simply kind of pivots that we have. I mean, the data similar to pivots, but it doesn't carry underlying the information. So like I showed yesterday, I would, okay, let's do this. Right. The options of the data. Okay. So here, if you see this, save source data with file. Okay. What did we learn about this yesterday, Mani? Save source data with file. What does it do? If you uncheck that, I think you have taken a screenshot as well. Just there. Mani, can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah. So this would actually.
Oh, that's the thing that saves space.
Yeah, that's on. That's correct.
Just trying to remember. There we go.
That's good. So you don't see that option enabled here because it doesn't do that. It's coming from Power Query, and system intelligently do not have, it takes up the information and save data, save source data with the file. It's automatically disabled in the pivots that I create from the Power Query. So what if I create a pivot, on the sheet 1, okay. So Alt DP is a shortcut to create a pivot. Maybe I'm saying a row variation and then order quantity, simple pivot, right? So if I see these options and go to the data, I get to see this. You see the difference? It's the same pivot functionalities. However, the manually written pivots or manually derived pivots would take up the data along with the pivots, and the pivots that are derived from the Power Query would not do that. Okay, So if you're using a Power Query, do remember that, I mean, if you have a large data and you want to play with the data, get that onto the model and then do your rewards. So that's going to be really quick as well. You know, when you hit a refresh, that's going to be really quick. And whenever there's a change on this, it's going to get automatically applied as well. Okay. And while you copy paste this information, right? So the one recommendation that I could do is you could link the specific set of you know, the copy paste elements on your PPT. Okay, let's do this. So let me take a new slide. Hope you're able to see my PPT as well, right?
Yes, I can. Yep.
Okay. Now, copy this. Do a paste special. Okay. Paste as a link. Okay. Excel chat object. We say okay to this. See what happens is in the earlier things, you know, you might need to update and then change this. But if I do any of the changes here, like maybe I take up the region and then I key in the sub region, see what happens on the pivot. It automatically changes, right? Though you're getting the difference here. So anything that I do here and then paste it, you know, on these objects, you know, something similar to whatever you have done, like, you know, you fit to the content, kind of change the picture and then you take it from the clipboard. That is one way of doing it. But what if we have like 100, 150 screenshots? I mean, the charts that you wanted to give it, right? This would work really good. Okay. Assuming I take this from sub-region and region. Okay, I have this and bang on, it changes this data. So it is quite useful, I would say. And at the same time, you need to be, you know, if you want to automate most of the things that you have and keep it quite easy and handy, you know, these are the couple of functionalities that you keep in mind, okay, while having this. But however, the filterings or whatever that you have, you know, if the Excel is closed, then when you double click on it, it doesn't open the Excel. Okay, it directly, once the Excel is open, it directly opens up this, and then you can keep on adding, you know, any of the chart elements, and then maybe access titles, change the data labels, or so on. You get to see that, okay, coming up onto this as well. So updating. So this is how I think, see, couple of functionalities in terms of the chart, you know, data labels wouldn't come there, but the chart title, let me take this up and put underline. Yeah, once I save the Excel, that's when it is going to come out. Okay, so there could be, you know, a couple of places, you know, where you could implement this as well. Assuming that you wanted to simply you know, paste this information where you have a certain table, okay, something like this. Okay, let me take this up and then go to the paste and paste special. What is the option that I do select for an automatic updation of these links? How do I do it, Monique? So you need to paste the link and then Microsoft Excel object, worksheet object. Okay, I paste it here. So this is how it's going to look like. Now this is a standard table, right? Now, if you have a requirement that every time that you need to change this table, you know, like maybe you want to collapse North America, okay, this is how you say it. Done. There you go. So this keeps on automatically updating. This is not just for charts, but anything on the Excel that you have. Okay. Let's do this. This is sample area. So I have this. I would copy this and then paste it here. Paste visual. the link to the worksheet object. So I get to see this here. And now I'm going to format this, my headers. Okay. A couple of these areas as the other colors. See, this automatically updates that. You need not multiple times, go to that specific sheet and then update the colors or maybe update this. If there are any updates to your workbook, right? This automatically picks up at the beginning. Okay. So this is how useful tips, that I would say that you could implement even, may not be in the service now related activities that you have, but later on, maybe where you have a specific text to apply, on the chat, maybe on the right hand side, and you have a comments. The comments are always there on the Excel. You just need to refresh this. All you do is update link. That's it. Done. So that's how we have this. And while you have this contents, right? When you save the PPT and then open it back, what happens is it would ask you for an automatic update of the content. So if you do yes, then all the pivots that it is, all these three set of things that you have linked would get automatically updated. So this is one of the things that I would want to show. We slightly digressed from the topic, but I felt this is going to be a useful trick and the tip that we have in case you need to do it at multiple places. Okay, copy paste from the Excel at a multiple places and multiple times. Okay, so that's that. And now moving on to this, the flattened pivot table. Okay, let's do this. So what does it do? Like region, sub-region. What is it doing now? Do you see this? Okay, it would actually, though this is like a pivot, it would give you a kind of an expander, collapse, kind of a buttons, something similar to the table it looks like, but it's kind of a flat pivots. Okay, so a couple of functionalities maybe I would want to show it to you on the pivots itself. Okay, let me do this. Okay, color, if I'm going to add this here, then how do we get to the classic view of the pivot? Do you remember that? The classic view of the pivot. It's on the display and then classic view, classic pivot table layout. Okay, I have this. Now, if you see this, if I need some kind of a sample data, okay, what I'll do is maybe I'll add some more as well. See customers and so on. Customer is too much information. And add sub-region, region, sub-region, color, and market. Okay, let's do this. Now, here if you see the Europe, there are a lot of cells, that are blank, right after this, which means it's nothing but all of these are related to the Europe. So quickly going on to these, the functionalities of the pivots, just that, how that could be beneficial to you. So here, if you go to the design, there are like quite few easy examples that I would want to show. Okay, maybe let me hide the controls. Disable, hide floating metric controls. Okay, that's good.